I'm Temia Brinson from Mindset for Success. And tonight we have a very informative show for you. We have our special guest, John Burnett. He is the founder and managing director at One Empire Group. He's also an author and business commentator with appearances on CNN, Bloomberg, and Fox Business.
I was working for S&P at the time, and the world was collapsing in 2008. Actually, I was leaving Merrill.
Okay.
And then later on, just before I started working for S&P, I'm looking at, okay, these financial stocks are cheap, right? So I bought some Citigroup at like near $2, right? It was a steal. Then I said, what else is good? I looked at Bank of America. I don't know. Right? I don't know. But when Warren Buffett took $5 billion with a B
Yeah.
and bought Bank of America shares, I said, wait a second.
Yeah, I would have been in on that too.
Wait, the government is giving a bailout?
A bailout, exactly.
And Buffett's putting $5 billion? Buffett ain't losing $5 billion. John Burnett bought some shares of Bank of America. And guess what?
Wow.
That stock tripled. So people complain, oh, the income gap. Well, the income gap is going to steadily widen.
Yeah.
If people start to retreat when the market is on sale.
Exactly. You got to pay attention.
The thing is, they rush to the mall when prices are on sale to spend money, but they don't rush to the Wall Street Mall when prices are on sale.
Right.
I can't understand that, right? Because you're rushing to spend money, right, on depreciating assets,
right,
that will yield no monetary value. But yet, if the Wall Street is on sale during a major correction,
yes,
they don't want to spend money to invest for a future return. It's mind-boggling. That's why people need to understand themselves and come to grips and then move into the light.
Yeah.
To be enlightened through research and understanding, knowing that nothing is guaranteed. But you know what? Do not be like that person who buried their talent.
I know, right? Like he had that in the Bible for a reason.
Exactly.
Your money needs to make money.
The master said, you've called that person a fool.
A fool.
It said you could have at least put it in an interest-bearing account.
Exactly.
You didn't do anything with your talent, right? So it shows that, look, take some risk.
Exactly.
Right? As long as you're not in that risk preservation category, right? Take a little risk, be wise with it.
Yeah, educated risk.
Invest to get a return. Because why? You're not, if you don't have anything in it, you're not going to get anything.
You're not going to get anything at all.
So people can complain all day long about the rich getting rich, but the rich don't run away when the market is on sale.
Exactly. I mean, that reminds me of the time that speaking of Warren Buffett, I mean, the airlines, their stocks was on sale. And yeah, I know that the industry wasn't coming back real quick, but I invested in, what was it, JetBlue? Warren Buffett pulled out. He must have had a lot of money he was losing, but he pulled out. And a couple months later, because like you said, following the news, I knew it was going to be a bailout. And guess what? I doubled my money on that stock. And even Warren Buffett missed it. So you got to pay attention.
See, in here, we have to do a full analysis, right? So maybe he didn't make money on JetBlue, but the key analysis is, where did he put that money?
Right.
He could have put that money into another stock or investment that got a better return than JetBlue.
I'm sure he
Right?
did. He probably just cut his losses
So
and
again,
moved
it's
on.
not just about making money; it's maximizing profit.
Right.
So just because I got out of one doesn't mean, and that went up doesn't mean you got to look and see where that money went.
Yeah, you're right.
Got to tell the whole story.
You're right. He probably just maximized somewhere else. He probably just cut his losses, and like you said, I'm sure he had a goal in mind for that particular stocks, but it didn't work out. So he cut his losses and made his money elsewhere. So
right. And guess what? Going back to what we said earlier, discipline.
Mm-hmm.
He already had an exit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
When the stock didn't do based upon his investment strategy, he moved out of it and moved into something else.
Right.
See, this is not about emotion. It's not about, well, there's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
He sticks to his discipline.
Right.
So again, he knows himself as an investor. Know yourself as an investor. Yeah, but you know what? Because we make all excuses in love, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he might be able to do this, or she might be able to. Stick to your love strategy.
Exactly.
Stick to the faith strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And stick to the money strategy. Be consistent across all three. Mm-hmm. And don't make excuses.
We'll be right back right after this break. Branding Strategies, a beginner's guide to the fundamentals of marketing. You will learn the components of branding and marketing to develop your business or organization. Included are exercises that will help to create your brand identity, identify your target market, and develop a marketing strategy. Branding is critical when trying to gain new business, and a powerfully established brand can boost a company's value by giving the business clout in the market. Build your company brand and marketing strategy with the step-by-step guide that includes exercises and worksheets. Order now on Amazon.com.
What exactly are stocks?
Stocks represent ownership in a company. By owning shares of stock, you own a piece of a company. If the company does well, the stock may increase in value. If the company doesn't do well, the stock may decrease in value. Some companies may pay a dividend to owners of stock.
What are bonds?
A bond is like a loan you make to a company. You get paid interest on the money you invest, known as principal. Unlike a loan, however, the value of the bond fluctuates based, among other things, on the performance of the company and the interest rate environment. You can sell the bond at any time. If you keep it until maturity and the company doesn't default, you will be repaid your principal plus interest.
Tell me what you gon' do, tell me what you gon' say when love comes your way. Life is so good, take off that frown, put a smile up on your face. You say you're looking for love, or looking for love, I know just where it is. It's been knocking at the door. Tell me what you're waiting for. Just let it come in. No, 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 no. Love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your. Why you been looking for love in all the wrong places? I'm here to let you know love's been looking for you. Just knocking at the door. Break the beat.
Let's roll.
Well, everybody's got problems, I got some too, but I refuse to cry, cry, cry. Soon as you get up off the ground, there's haters all around trying to kill your smile, smile, smile. Say you've been looking for love, well, if you're looking for love, I know just where it is. It's been knocking at the door, tell me what you're waiting for, just let it come in. No, 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 no. Love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your. So you say you got problems. So you say you got problems. Walking around with a frown. One thing about love, turn a frown upside down. So you say you got problems. Walking around with a frown. One thing about love, turn a frown upside down. Been looking for love for so long. This world has been treating you so wrong. You give it your heart, they rip it apart, and they give it back when it's all gone. Telling God all of your problems. He telling you he wanna solve them. He sent you his love, it's right at the door, but you won't answer when it's calling. Why won't you answer? It's not hard to find. Locate to the cross, love went to the grave, what you want is mine. Look left, look right, but hold up, don't you pass. Got a lot of options in this world, but don't get choosy, choose it fast. Talking to you. Love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your. Why you been looking for love in all the wrong places? I'm here to let you know love's been looking for you. Name on it. She's knocking at the door. Love got your, love got your name on it. Love got your, love got your, love got your.
And now, let's continue with our discussion. So, just to sum it up, with your entry strategy, you should enter when the stock's on sale, pretty much, on discounts.
Well, I don't like to pay full price, whether I'm buying a pair of shoes, socks, a suit. I never like to pay full price.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what? I'll buy it on sale. That's what I like to do. I like to look for value investing. Stocks that might be trading less than its future potential, that's a sale.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially when I looked at the charts and I see that was trending before, it went down at a certain point and then it went up. And then I see it's in the middle and it's going down. Okay, I'm gonna wait till we get to this point based on the trend that I see in the stocks on the charts. I'm sorry, and then I will enter at that point. So I mean, that's usually
also look at the business model and look at news and how things are changing. Let's use Apple for a second. If you have a little bit of time, let's use Apple for a second. So or Microsoft for that matter, right? Going back years ago, right? If you bought Office programs, usually you bought that program, you're done.
Right.
There's no annual anything. They changed their business model where you have to pay annually.
Yes.
Right? That means a different business model tied into more annualized earnings and huge growth potential.
Yes.
That was the time to buy the stock. Secondly, I remember in 2016, my iPhone died. I was about to go on a trip. So I went to the, and I don't want to embarrass myself. I had that iPhone like forever, right? So I hadn't bought a phone in years. So I walked into Apple, right, and they told me how much the phone was. I'm like, yeah, but I want like the, that $299, $399 special. No, we don't have that anymore. You gotta buy the whole phone. Like, what do you mean you gotta buy the whole phone? After that experience, I bought more Apple stock. Right? Because I said, wait a second. And then when you analyze the company, they're not only do they make more money on the phones now, right? But also, because you don't have all that discounting, they've actually moved their business model to monthly subscriptions, whether it be storage, they bolstered iTunes, Apple TV, all looking at their business model like, now they're talking about getting into cars.
Yeah.
That's huge, right? So I can see Apple making, a more high-end car and also potentially a car that's more in the economy class as well. To fit two different markets, right? So it's not just that Tesla, right, or higher end brand, but it can compete.
Right. Exactly.
And if they do collaborate with Hyundai or whatever, that's not an expensive car brand.
Exactly.
So think about what they're doing here, right? And with the rollout of 5G and everything else, and you have all these other add-on services.
That's a whole different industry.
Not only they make money off the car, they make money off the phone, devices, Mac, but all the other subscription services, they're making money in so many ways off of each person. I love the business model. That's another part of research, understanding how a company makes money and how their business model has changed or transformed.
Right.
That's huge, right? Also, people need to also look at how different trends are shaping in the market in terms of even how people are consuming food. You have Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Burger King, huge outlets getting into Beyond Meat and other meatless products, plant-based products.
Plant-based, yeah.
Right?
McDonald's.
So that's a huge growth potential. Right? So part of research is not just analyzing the reports, but even before you even know where to look, understand the trends and what's going on. Right? Just like we talked about, COVID hit, people are locked down at home.
Right.
You know they're going to be going online.
Exactly.
And packages have to be shipped. Right? So while the average person is just walking around, not looking at news and understanding what they're hearing is an opportunity.
Exactly.
So you have to not have itchy ears, but what you hear had the level of discernment.
Yes.
It gives you insight on where to start looking to conduct your research and analysis.
We'll be right back right after this break. Branding Strategies, a beginner's guide to the fundamentals of marketing. You will learn the components of branding and marketing to develop your business or organization. Included are exercises that will help to create your brand identity, identify your target market, and develop a marketing strategy. Branding is critical when trying to gain new business, and a powerfully established brand can boost a company's value by giving the business clout in the market. Build your company brand and marketing strategy with the step-by-step guide that includes exercises and worksheets. Order now on Amazon.com.
What's an ex-dividend date?
The ex-dividend date is a date that determines if you are owed a dividend. If you held shares of a stock before the ex-dividend date, you get the dividend. If you purchase shares of a stock on or after its ex-dividend date, you will not receive the next dividend payment.
What's an IRA?
IRAs, or individual retirement accounts, provide tax advantages for retirement savings. There are a number of different types, such as traditional IRA, Roth IRA, SEP IRA, and simple IRA. Each type has different benefits, criteria, and contribution limits, so be sure to choose the right one for you.
Hi guys, this is Temia Brinson from the Mindset for Success Show, and this month we're going to be talking about finances. That's right, I call it February, the month of financial freedom. Okay, so go ahead and get ready because we're going to be talking about getting your personal finances together. We're going to be talking about things you need to know about the stock market and cryptocurrency. So get ready to take notes, get out your paper and your pen, and be sure to tune in every Monday night at 9 p.m. on the Daily Gospel Network. And now, let's continue with our discussion. Yeah, people don't realize their environment was if you just pay attention to what's going around in your own environment, you can see dollar signs everywhere. Just pay attention.
Right. You know, another simple, like let's say a storm is coming, right? Or just before it's entering into storm season. You know, Home Depot's going to make a ton of money selling plywood and supplies, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are certain trends and analysis, whether you're looking at fundamentals or the charts, you automatically know that certain things are going to happen.
Right. That's interesting. I need to look that up around hurricane season. Okay.
I remember years ago, this is going way back. Remember Mad Cow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I called my boy, right? He's working at a different firm at the time. And that's what a lot of professionals do too. They call each other. It's exchange of information. I said, hey man, it's Mad Cow. There's gonna be beef prices are gonna go up. I'm thinking about getting into the commodities. And that means chicken and pork is gonna go up too, because there's gonna be less demand for for beef. So beef prices are gonna go down, but yet pork and chicken and fish might go up. Because of the demand, right? Then beef prices are not going to be down but so long, because eventually they're going to get past this issue.
Right.
So maybe not at that point, but at some point further down the line, you might want to buy the suppressed beef prices.
Yeah.
For those that are in higher risk categories and want to invest into commodities. Right? So it's using that same thought process. Don't just look at the news, right? Even the weather. Okay? So if it's going to be like hurricanes, like disaster, right? And that's going to disrupt orange crops, orange juice prices are going to go up.
Exactly.
There's going to be a shortage of supply. But the demand is going to be there. So it's understanding how to digest news, how to analyze news.
Right.
Right? The thing is, even King Solomon said, knowledge is great, wisdom is to be nourished, but in all thy getting,
get understanding.
Because once you have the understanding, then you know how to apply wisdom and the
Right.
information. And you won't be like that person that buried his talent
Exactly.
because
Amen.
he was so afraid.
Okay, now you preaching.
Fear is one of the biggest thieves
Mhm.
ever because it will grip you into paralysis. And at the same time, you're pointing the finger at the person who applied faith.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, you have to step out. And it's all really, I know you said risk tolerance, and it is risk tolerance. But I mean, this boils down to faith, really. I mean, you got to have faith and knowing that God give you the ability to, perceive what's going on in the world, what's going on with the stock market, and you just got to have faith and
True.
step out and
It's
take that
having
risk.
faith. It's having faith. But we got to give the whole word here.
Yeah.
It's having faith, right? But knowing who you are enables you to apply the right level of works
Right.
that complements that faith.
Right.
Because if you have the faith but do the wrong works, that's
Oh no, you
incongruent.
can't just jump out there blindly. Right.
Right. So you got to have faith, and if you have the right level of faith, you'll do the work, and you'll bear fruit.
Amen. Faith without works is dead. You got to do the work. Okay.
Exactly. You can't harvest what you have not sown.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be the person looking at your field, right? Miss the opportunity when the rain started to, spread its beautiful water over the field. Then the sunlight came. All the natural things that happened, but yet you didn't plant seed. But yet the person across the way did the right thing, and there you are, looking at your dried up land and seeing the person across the way harvesting.
Yeah.
And then getting upset with either God or your fellow man, saying that that's not right, that they have such and such and such, but you didn't do what you needed to do.
Exactly. Okay, well, John, I thank you. This was very informational, very educational. And I know you helping a lot of people tonight. So I thank you for coming on the show.
Anytime. I can't wait for the next one.
So how can people keep in touch with you? Because I know that, how can they follow you? Because I know you do, interviews here and there, and your profile is high. So I'm sure a lot of people want to follow you. How can they follow you?
Well, I made it very easy. All of my social media has the same tag. I am John Burnett. IAM JOHNBURNETT. So I am John Burnett on all my social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I have it off Snapchat, but I think I've only done one Snapchat. So that might not be the best place.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. We'll be following. And yeah, I'm going to have you back. So I thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.